What is up, guys? I know it has been way too long. I'm sorry for any of you guys that got worried. Like, I had a bunch of messages and I really appreciate it. A lot of you guys were worried I either like went to jail or crashed the E36, but no, we are alive. We're not locked up or anything. I'm sorry I did you guys dirty like that, but don't worry, there is a ton of content coming your guys' way. Over the past couple months, I have just been going at it with the E46. I've just been fully focused on that car. There was a lot more work than I anticipated with that car. I thought it was like really close to getting done, but in reality, car things happened and you know how it goes, but it finally started up. This video was over an hour long, so I wanted to divide it into two because I know a lot of you guys don't want to be sitting there for an hour watching a video. So we're gonna post part 1 today and then part 2 tomorrow. Just the entire journey, this 3-month process of getting the E46 running, man, it's been crazy. I was thinking about just giving up. Like, I was done with the car. It just wasn't working out, but we just kept making progress day by day, and we finally conquered everything. The E46 is good to go, ready for the dyno. It's still not here yet, but we made so much progress. The thing is running. It's so sweet. It sounds amazing. I'm just so stoked to finally be back with the YouTube. I hope you all forgive me for this crazy long delay. I'm so sorry. It is what it is, you know. We are back though, and I got a bunch of content coming your guys' way. So just stay tuned, subscribe. I just wanted to give a massive thank you to the guys over at SC&S. They have helped me so much these past couple months, and I'm sure I'm getting a little annoying being at their shop. I also wanted to give a huge thank you to the guys over at Auburn Gear. They provided the Select Lock kit for my 488 rear end. What's really awesome about their kit is I'm going to be able to have a limited slip differential that's nice and grippy for street driving, no chirping the tires with like a welded diff or whatever. And then I have it wired on my sport button. So on the sport button, there's like a light so I can see if it's on or off. And when I click the sport button and it activates, it blocks the differential. So it basically makes it a spool or like a welded diff. So that's gonna be so sick, like ultra street drift car status right there. Limited slip, and then just off of a switch, just click the button and it's a welded diff. I prefer like a fully locked diff for drifting. It's just way more consistent. You just have both wheels tied together at all times, not one opening up or whatever. But there are some drawbacks to that for drivability, like with a street car. But the Auburn Gear has the best of both worlds. It's so sweet. Definitely check them out. I'll have a link in the description. If you guys are doing a 488 rear end swap, definitely check them out if you want to do like a street drift build like me. I think it's pretty sweet technology. All right, guys, I think that's enough rambling. Time for part 1 of this journey. Enjoy. So while we are on idle, just kind of waiting for parts, we're gonna touch up some of this paint, dude. This definitely needs some work. After sitting outside at my apartment for around 2 years, it definitely took a toll on this nearly 20-year-old paint. I think we're gonna touch this up as well. This is really bad right here. I already repainted the roof a little bit ago, so that's chilling. But yeah, we're gonna have to just kind of blend this in here. It is peeling right here. I don't know if I'm gonna do this whole quarter right now. I do plan to repaint the entire car at some point, but I really don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm gonna just kind of do a quick job. You know, I don't want to just get really into it. We got this thing stripped down to bare metal, all on the quarters, so you can see all of it is completely stripped down. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way down to bare metal on the trunk. Still deciding on that. Yeah, we also got this side completely stripped. So this thing was actually really clean. There was no Bondo, which is really nice. So came off pretty nicely. You can see, made a huge mess on the garage. Just used a bunch of 80 grit sandpaper pads and went to town. We're gonna go over a couple little things. So there's like a very minor dent right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we're gonna go over that with Bondo a little bit. And then on this side, I guess this quarter was replaced at some point in time. So we're gonna go over this right here, this little weld with some Bondo. And we got like tiny little pinhole dent right there and right there. And then right here, there's like a little imperfection. So we're gonna go over that with Bondo. guys, after a couple days of prep, bunch of tedious prep, we are just about ready to spray some epoxy primer on this thing. We're just doing a final de-dust of the garage just so we can keep the paint pretty clean. So yeah, we're just gonna clean this all up completely, and we're just gonna kind of go over the car, make sure there's nothing that I missed or anything, get this thing all masked off, and spray some epoxy on this thing. Finally. Prepping a paint job, definitely a lot of tedious work if you want it to turn out nice, but we pretty much got this thing all ready. All this work right now is done with my eyeballs at this point, so once we spray the epoxy, you can really see it kind of acts as like a guide coat, and we can see any areas that need work, but hopefully we don't have too much work. This thing looks so weird with all of the bare metal in the back. Got all the windows out and everything, all the trim pieces. So there was like some rust in this area, but we got all that out. Just surface rust, nothing crazy. But we got all that out, everything's all cleaned up, so this thing should be ready for epoxy today. Pretty hyped, finally. Paint prep is definitely not a very fun task to do, but it's got to get done, right? About to go get some tarps, put all the tarps down over here so we can keep the floor pretty nice. And we'll spray this epoxy on there. Hopefully it turns out nice. Guys, so we got most of it all masked off. Now we just gotta go run to Walmart real quick, get a tack rag just so we can make sure there's no dust on this thing. Yeah, it's looking really good. Finally got this thing all masked off. It took a little bit, but we got it. I'm gonna go get the tack rag, re-clean everything again, and then tack it, spray over the epoxy primer, and yeah, that'll be it for today. All right, guys, it is that time. Just mixing this stuff up. Just put the hardener in, so you just like pop the seal on the bottom and the hardener goes in there, so it's pretty legit. So we're gonna shake this for like 2 minutes. We got everything all masked off, everything clean. Gonna run through it with a tack rag before I spray, but it's looking good, guys. Got a fan right here that's gonna push all the paint out, and then a fan over there is gonna kind of bring it over here. So, should turn out good. We got the paint suit on and everything, so we're ready to go. Let's get it. So we waited for the epoxy to dry, and then I just did a nice block over the entire car. Noticed a low spot right here, so I threw another layer of filler right there. That should be plenty. Then I'm gonna block that. This all looks really good. Once I put all the high build primer on there, I can fill any little sand scratches, but I don't really even see any, to be completely honest. But you can see right here, some bare metal. We burned through a couple areas. It's not very thick, the epoxy, so now that I blocked it, I'm gonna throw another coat of epoxy over this stuff, just to be safe. I know I could technically just self-etch all those little areas, but we're just gonna throw epoxy over this entire quarter again, probably over the trunk as well, just because there's a lot of bare metal. We blocked that today, so we got a nice little feather edge on all those little imperfections, so it lays nice and flat. And throw another coat over this area. And then we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow for it to completely cure so I can block it again, and then add the high build primer over that, and then wait another day for that to cure, and then block the high build primer, and we should be good for base and clear. So let's hope that's how it goes. I know most of the time the road isn't always smooth, so we might have to add some putty in certain areas. So I got some glazed putty, but I don't think we are gonna have to, just by looking at everything. Everything seems really flat and really nice. Yeah, now we're just waiting for that filler to dry. It's been taking forever, but it's almost enough to be sanded. And then we're gonna throw over the epoxy again. So wish me luck, guys. right, guys, today is the day, finally. The missing puzzle piece. I know a lot of you guys have been commenting when the intercooler piping is gonna get made. And today is the day, finally. I'm so excited. It's been pretty hectic to just try and get this car over to SCNS. So finally, it's been a long time coming. This is really all this car needed to get it on the dyno and then on the road. So I don't know what to say. I mean, it's really early, but I am so excited. I don't know if you guys can tell, but let's go. Aaron's on his way right now. He's gonna pick this thing up. And yeah, we're gonna get to work on this thing. She's on the trailer.
Okay. You don't love me like my child.
You can see how tight that is. Aaron's working his magic though, so we're gonna get around that. Super tight though. Oh, I love seeing this thing on a lift. It's crazy. Crazy seeing it on a lift. Check it. Oh, I do like that.
Yeah, we're just having to true this side up a little bit.
I haven't even seen this side. I feel like the 120 is gonna go pretty far back there.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, and then just like a 90 off of that, or what?
Yeah.
Like the 120?
Just gotta play with it once you get in there and see what fits. If you want to go grab that since it's there, I can start tacking down pipe.
I'm down, yeah.
And I can clean this up, and I'm just gonna, everything's getting tacked. I'm not.
Yeah, 100%. Until like it's done, then you can just start. Yeah. Smart.
I'll clean this up.
Very smart.
Get that tacked, clean that up, get that tacked in the general place where we think it's gonna go. Go ahead and start tacking down pipe, and then by the time you get back, we'll be ready to see where this lands, and then have you start cutting some more pipe.
I haven't even learned how to do pie yet.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
It seems like it's pretty easy, just tedious. But
it is, and it's not so much
just
that even
this
cutting
right
it.
here.
It's cleaning the inside burr, sanding the outside, and then I'll go through and I'll acetone or brake clean, and then I'll take the torch and burn, because you'll get little fibers from the cloth. So you just burn that, and it cleans off all the residue, so that when you tack and you're ready to weld, she's nice clean. And if you got a clean fitment, good to go.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's clean fitment.
Dude,
the same thing.
That is clean fitment, all right.
Yeah.
And right there. And there. Aaron's been doing all the fab work on this car.
Almost there.
Most of the, like, all the aluminum work, you know?
Too.
You were the guy for this, for sure.
I'm excited to see
Killed
it go.
it.
I'm excited
Killed
to
it
see
on everything.
Sideways in them.
Yeah.
Almost touching a wall, not the wall. Almost touching a wall.
Hey, yo, be nice to her. Be nice to her while I'm gone, alright?
Pipe it out.
Alright, we're picking up the 120 for the cold side, on the intake side. It's looking like it's gonna rain pretty hard though, so might get a little squirrely. Oh, we got the first drop. Casual Florida in the summer. Today is Clutch Kickers top 64, so that should be pretty interesting. I definitely wanted to go to that, but we're working on the M3 right now. I know one of these days I'll make my ways out to Clutch Kickers. It's just a matter of when. I really don't want to take these Style 32s off, but the tread is looking a little rough on them. You can see there's not much left. We're showing wire right here. There's a nail right there, so gonna change these things out before we go out in this thing. Got the snow tires on, so hopefully we have more traction. Snow and rain, same thing. Shout out to my boy George for the winter tires. Oh yeah, this is rough. I know I'm an idiot for not having windows. I know, you can keep telling me. It's true, I am. Let's see if we got any grip in these winter tires. Dude, they're actually grippy. Dude, they're grippy. I could just take that. We just took those puddles like it was nothing. I feel like I'm a trucker now. If I had those other tires, dude, we would have been like in one of those trees. I know I'm an idiot for taking the windows out of this car, but it's not that bad. Like, everything I want to be dry is dry. Like the camera, we're chilling. My bucks, chilling. That kind of wet, but like still chilling. The only thing that's kind of getting wet is like my arm, so we're all right. Not too bad. Weight reduction. Here's the way I look at it though. If I had windows, we'd be all fogged up anyway because I have no AC or heater, so weight reduction. This is rough. This is real rough. I can't imagine competing right now. Cannot see anything. Can't complain. We're about to go work on the M3. Get that thing done so I can start driving that thing and actually have windows and AC and a 2JZ. This was such a journey just to get my 120. Now you see what goes into building a car. Just that for all this. Oh. We got the 120. 120 secured. 120 secured.
Going into the infield, but both cars flicking back, but man, Josh McGuire just lagging way behind. Dirk Stratton just putting a commanding lead through most of the course. Both cars flicking into the third and final outer zone. Dirk doing a good job building on that third outer zone. That was an excellent run. Josh McGuire not as close in the chase position as he really should have been. What I find interesting is
what I find interesting is the livery. Oh my God!
Sorry.
Did you say livery? Livery? Oh my God! It's a livery.
But in enough to still hit the clip.
Aaron's
I'm
just
sorry.
doing
I just get a crack out of it. Oh my God! You see the new livery? We got a livery. Oh.
Check out the new livery.
But if you look at Dirk Stratton, just
shout out Project Prime.
Putting a commanding lead run. He's hitting
killing it. They should do the E46.
Great job of running that high quality lead. But he did have the correct.
We're just putting the O2 sensor in right now.
We're doing some
wideband.
bungholios.
We're getting word that Josh McGuire.
I gave Aaron coffee this morning, so that's why he's a little hyper.
A little fired up. That's the whole problem with yesterday is I didn't have coffee.
Exactly.
Ready? You ready?
Now here's Chelsea for another S15.
Just like that.
Easy.
Easy.
Guys,
if
you are watching
easy
live
money.
stream,
Look at that beautiful thing.
is going to be chasing down
It'll work.
I love it. I love it.
This is what you want.
Perfect. And I like that you don't have a lot of bends, so you got as much flow as possible.
Yep.
You know?
Come out here.
With what we have.
Yeah, with what we I mean, if you see it through right here, there's not a lot. You got the top of the wastegate right there, and you got to fit a 3-inch pipe down there.
Come look at Daniel's. I built his. His was even harder.
His is a 4-inch pipe.
His is 4-inch, really tight.
Oh! Thing's big.
Yeah, and if you see it from the bottom side, it's very tight. And his hole
Made it work though.
Yep. I should have just popped a new plasma cutter out. Tried that.
Oh!
Like a glove. That's hot. That's hot.
Looks pretty good to me.
See that fit up? Just like,
Oh yeah.
just like that.
Oh yeah.
Just like that. Now we'll take her to the wire wheel and prep our surface.
And then start.
And a little bit.
Well, it's not gonna do that because it's TIG, but it'll just be like.
It'll be a, yeah, look. It's like the weirdest,
on. And
Adam LZ? Adam LZ?
So you can see right there, OEM mount right there, and he just brushed that so he can just boop, weld it right there.
How'd that go?
Boop.
That's how Nico thinks that welding happens. Just a little.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, a little done, right?
You snap your fingers and you're good. Especially if you got flip-flops on.
These are the ultimate welding shoes. The ultimate.
So yeah, you can see there's 3 bolts right here, 3 on the bottom. Pretty hard to get to on the bottom. So we got Daniel, because you can see like this. I ain't getting back there at all. So Daniel's just making me a tool real quick. So check that out. Lana, watch out. Watch out.
Lana, move.
The man is always working on that car, and he's just
Lana, what are you working on?
Behind the wheel, and always down the
Being in the way and licking your shins. That's what she's good at.
Watch the replay.
I love it when she snips the...
Behold.
The corrections from
Snap on 13 mil.
chase position. So that's what's
Craftsman.
going on right now.
Craftsman.
I know you guys watching live
It
can't
works.
see this,
Wait,
but
there we go.
you can follow the live
So now I don't have
bracket.
to take my turbo
Live
off.
bracket is on
You just ask Daniel and he'll just make you a tool.
Drift series.
So you don't have to do more work.
And you'll
why
see
you
that
keep the
we are
crappy tools
starting
around.
to fill out our
Facts.
top 8 bracket. The bank. So
think
we're
that's
looking
tight enough,
for
right?
the wheel to
Sure.
see how much correction's going on.
Put it through a few heat cycles and then go back over them.
Oh, almost straight.
That's what I would suggest.
I don't know.
Or no, I'll just, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I'll make it, I guess.
Pinky it.
His car, and just wants to let Nick Ward that, hey, that was a great battle. Unfortunately, Nick Ward's gonna have
And
to,
that's the best part, is it
back
works
in
for all the other
today.
bolts too.
Brandon Whitman's
Exactly.
gonna take the win.
Try not to cut myself.
Exploring it
We
without
can
some-
grind that end
Oh, no,
down.
somebody else. All right.
That'll be
Brandon Whitney, he's getting water in the
Oh, yeah.
radiator.
That'll be a
Yeah.
splitter.
Pull that engine down so he can
I'll definitely need
Here,
some
let me go
stitches
do that.
after that
Let me
one.
go do that. It's a recording thing
Hopefully,
now.
he has a good spot
So that should be
to able to
better.
inform him. One of the
I did forget to do that for you, sorry.
How does it feel to do the YouTube?
Feels great. If only I had a car to work on.
So here we go. Raphael is leading. Oh,
I already showed them. Not a Jay-Z. This is a Jay-Z hater right here. I'm working on a Jay-Z.
And yeah, we're watching a bunch of Jay-Z's compete, yeah.
Poor Daniel had some misfiring issues, so he couldn't run clutch shakers. But next time, there's always a next time.
I tried.
It'll be like that sometimes, you know? All right, guys. Well, I completely butchered this pinion. Really sucks. Pretty angry at myself for just not being patient enough to just go take it to the press. But yeah, I tried putting the nut on right here and then just hammering the nut. You can see the nut is pretty mushroomed. But yeah, I guess I hammered too hard or whatever. I don't know how this thing is still in there, but you can see once I spin this, it's bent. So I need a new pinion. So yeah, that really sucks. That is going to delay some things. I don't know, maybe I should just go with a different gear set. This is a 355. I was thinking this would be plenty good though. But who knows? I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, time to do what I should have done in the first place. Press this thing out. So I don't have to buy a new one, but now I got to buy a new one. Should be on the way soon. Dang, this is really on there though. Damn, that thing is in there. This pinion just doesn't want to come out. Wide. There you go. That is wild. Yeah, if it's stuck, it can't be stuck when it's liquid, you know? That's what we had to do. Oh, it's hot still. It's been sitting here for like an hour and it's still really hot. Yeah, you can see this pinion has seen better days. I don't know how that was so seized in there, but at least we got it out. Thank you, Lee, for that. That was definitely a task. All right, so now that we got the final bit of bearings out of this thing. Time to hit the races out. So there's some races right here. There it is. So now you can probably see what we're hitting on. This is just like the top hat for the bearing. Not too bad, pretty easy. So now we got all these out. Gotta drive the new ones in.
Would you just look at it, Nico?
Dude, it's beautiful.
I wish this guy would f***ing hurry up. You know, he's really f***ing taking forever on this piece.
We're waiting on you.
Yeah, we're waiting on you, Nico.
Fuck,
How
man.
does it feel?
Feels pretty shit, to be honest.
Definitely pretty shit. I definitely want the tires blown off.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe.
I definitely want some burnouts because I got some time in cutting cars.
Oh, you're gonna get some burnouts. More than just burnouts. Because burnouts are low-key a waste of tire.
Absolutely not.
Gotta bust a shit in there.
But like, think about it. Think about how much more tire you can have when you're going around a corner.
We'll get Nico under here just like, you know what, I need to test this spray can. Shh.
You're
Yep, it
burning
works.
No, that was for any like bare metal spots.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
No, that was Russ preventative maintenance.
She's been low, bud.
Yeah. I may have gone into a ditch like one time with this thing.
Nico! No!
Beamer boys do it different.
I say that,
So
but
pretty
we've
much-
had customers in Mustangs, but more than one.
You see that? That's a yellow tag 712 rack right there. Behold.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that mean, Drift Daddy?
That's the best rack a BMW could possibly have in it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I definitely want some burnouts because I got some time in cutting cars.
Oh, you're gonna get some burnouts.
Dude, you were gonna be an absolute savage in your new setup.
Gotta drive home.
Oh my god, Nico. Really?
Yeah? I'm gonna check my tires. Can still drive home on them. I love f***ing Tire Friday. Don't you just love this smell?
Oh yeah.
Best smell ever. She was crab walking.